videos are made available for only information and educational purpose. Hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about Nmap. So I'll also demonstrate this Nmap in Kali Linux in my virtual environment using VMware. But just a brief discussion that Nmap stands for Network Mapper, and this Nmap is used for network discovery. And in this network discovery, actually Nmap finds out that what hosts are available. So take an example that this is a network and I'm sitting here, let's say on this screen, I'm using this on this computer, and I want to find out that what other hosts are there. Are there means are they alive? They are working, functioning. So let's say, for example, there are some computers having Ubuntu operating system, then Windows based machine also there, and there are some also server machine is also there. So from this machine, if I want to find out this, then I can use Nmap. So means first function will be that they will find out what hosts are available, and the second will be that on those hosts what services may be FTP, telnet. So these are the services. So what services as well as applications are being running on these uh, machines, and then what operating system and their versions. So I can check from this one that what operating system and versions are installed on other hosts on my network, and then what type of packet filters or firewalls are deployed. So these are main functions of Nmap. With this, let's move to virtual machine in my VMware. Okay, so after that brief explanation about Nmap, I'm going to demonstrate the use of this Nmap tool in Kali Linux. So by the way, this Nmap tool can be used on Windows as well as Mac operating system, but I have selected Kali Linux, which is extensively used in ethical hacking. So to use or to demonstrate the use of Nmap, I'm going to choose this, open this terminal window here. And in terminal, I have to use Nmap, Nmap. And there is also a function that we can get help from this Kali Linux about Nmap. So for that, I just have to say type minus and then H. So with this command, we can have all the help available regarding Nmap or regarding the use of Nmap, which we can see here. So since see in this window, first of all, it shows the version number. So the version number is 7.92. That's the version. And this line is really important that it shows that how we can use it. So it says that first of all, we need a keyword Nmap. Then we can use some scan options. And so scan type, sorry. And then these are some options which we can use. And then target specification, and target specification we can use some host name, maybe some URL, any URL for example, but yeah, so we only are allowed to use only those URL for which we have permission. So we are using virtual machine for that. And then we have an IP address. We can specify some IP address in here, and also we can specify some network. And then it says that, for example, we have scanme.nmap.org. So this is the site which we can use, because this they have mentioned that anyone can use for learning purpose. And then we have also some other options which we can use. For example, if we use this one minus SN, then it says that ping scan, disable port scan. So these are some of the options we can learn and we can explore it further. But today I want to show you some of them, and you will learn that how we can use other options. And you can see for every option we have here the description of that as well. So like minus SC, it means we can use some scripts there. Something will be written and that will be executed, and that will be used by Nmap tool. So first of all, let's say I'm on a network and my IP address is this one, ifconfig. You can see my IP address 192.168.197.138. So now I want to find out what other computers are available, what other computers are up on my network. So it means I can use Nmap tool to find out other hosts or other computers running on my network. Okay, so let's give this task to Nmap. So Nmap, find out other computers on this network with 192.168.197 and .0 and /24. So that's a subnet mark. So from networking, you know that with this we are specifying a network, complete network. So with this command, the nmap will check all the computers having IP address from 192.168.197.1, then .2, .3 up to .254. So the all will be scanned, and whatever computers will be alive, they'll be reported in the output. Yes, so let's press enter here. Nmap has started its work, and it gave us a result that there are some of the hosts, let's say, which will be alive. So first is Nmap. So this is our own computer. Yes, this is our own host which we are working on. This is 138 and this is 142. Okay, let's say what other machines we have. So I'm on a virtual network. I have other virtual machines. Let's say I have this Ubuntu. Let's see what is its IP address. So with this IP address command, I can find out the IP address of this virtual machine Ubuntu. And you can see the IP address for this machine is, let's say, this is the IP address, yeah, 192.168.197.137. 137, let's say this machine has been really detected or not. You can see yes, this machine sorry, this machine is not our computer, but this is the Ubuntu. Yes, this is our Ubuntu here. This is the machine which has been detected. And then we have this, let's say what other machine, let's say this is 142.192.168.197.142, and this machine is this broken web machine. As you can see here, 192.168 and 197, you can see here, this is the IP address of this WASP broken web application. So I have selected this is actually a web server where I have one page. So I mean, this is from WASP, so this is a web server. And I also want to show you that yes, this is a web server and there is some web page hosted on this IP address. And for that, maybe we go here in Kali Linux, and this is the, we can check this IP address and we can run browser here, and you can see this is already there. Otherwise I can open a new here. You can see 192.168.197.142 is a web server hosting this specific web page. So this is a virtual machine from WASP. Okay, it means our machine, our scan result is fine because these three machines have been, which we have, Windows 10, this and this, they have been detected by this Nmap. In addition to that, it also shows the port numbers, so the ports which are running on this specific machine. So on this specific machine, we got some result that these are the ports. Port number 22 using TCP protocol, and this status is open and the service is SSH. It means this is something which is running. So first we found that this computer is running, and then on that computer we have these ports which are open and they are running this service on that specific port. They are open means as a hacker they can try to access this machine using SSH service because that is running on some port and it's open. So I didn't mention that this Nmap is used maybe in the reconnaissance phase of pen testing. So I have discussed different phases of pen testing in some other video, and reconnaissance or information gathering phase is one of the phases in pen testing, and in that phase we use Nmap to find out which computers are alive. Okay, so you can see this command gave us not only the computers which are alive, but the port numbers and the services which are running there, they have also been displayed for us. Yes, so this information. We have also one option where we can find out the version numbers of those services. Like we have SSH service, then we are interested that what version of SSH is being used on that web server. Because if the version will be outdated, then this could be a vulnerability and we can exploit it. So any hacker can exploit it. So for that we have a option which we can be using here. So for this Nmap, an option is that we have to run minus s capital V, and then we give, and this time instead of checking the ports and services for all the computers because it may take time, I'm going to select one specific computer, that is my web server. Let's say that is my target. Web server is my target. I want to further find out what services and what version numbers are there running. Okay. So this time I only specified one computer with this option, and I'm expecting that this time I should have the version number of those services as well. Press enter, and it's scanning it. This time we should have the port, the state, service, and version numbers as well. Further details, and if versions are outdated, then maybe we can find out some vulnerabilities in there. So you can see as a result of this command, we have port, state, service, as well as their version numbers. So like say for SSH, we have this version. We have to Google whether this is something outdated or not. And maybe we have like for HTTP, you can see HTTP Apache server is running, and Apache server has these different version numbers like. So further details here, and then we can see HTTP port. This is Apache Tomcat, and then we have also the version numbers. So maybe we can find out some versions which are outdated, and those may have some vulnerability, and maybe we can exploit it. So these are something which is helpful. So you can see Nmap can be used to find out computers, services, ports, and the version number of the services which are running there. And there's one more thing, that here, for example, we are not interested in finding out ports and services. We are only interested that we should be displayed only the computers which are alive. We are not interested maybe in ports, maybe. So for that we have an option. So I'm demonstrating that what are the options we can use. There are many options, but some of the options I'll be demonstrating here. So for that I'll say nmap, and then there's an option sn. So sn means disable port scanning. So disable port scanning means ports will not be there in my output, only they will use ping. So with this ping, it says please ping and find out the computers on this network. So this time again it will check all the IP addresses and will display the result using ping request. We can see it's started it, and we'll get the result. And you can see this time Nmap scan report for this one. Yeah, so you can see we have this virtual machine, and we also have this virtual machine. You see we don't have port numbers at this time due to this option, that's -sn, which is used to disable port scan, only use ping. So these are some of the options, and then we also have one very interesting option that and yes, one more thing, that we can also specify port number. So by default this Nmap uses 1000 port numbers, and as we know that we have 65,535 ports, we can specify maybe all of them, or we can specify one specific port number. Let's say in this case, let's say I'm going to say that do not use all these ports. I'm only interested in port number 80, and show me if this is open or not, or whatever is the status of port number 80. Then this time in output we will have a result of port number 80 only. So here sorry, for all the machines. So for all the machines it says that for this one host is up, and but here port number 80 is closed for this computer. But for this computer you can see this port HTTP port number 80 is open. So for this machine this is open, for other machine this is closed. But this time information about only port number 80. And we can also specify maybe more than one port, like 80 as well as port number 443, which is for HTTPS. So we want to say that please give us report about these two ports. So now it is scanning all those computers for port number 80 and 83. So you can see for this machine you can see both of the ports are open, and for this Ubuntu machine let's say they have said that they are closed. So in this way, open means these ports are available to us to be used, maybe we can use them. Okay, so it means we can specify port numbers as well, and by default it will be scanning 1000 ports for us. And yes, one interesting feature, that is that if we want to find out that what packets are being sent and received by this Kali machine when we are using Nmap tool, then let's do it. How we do? So first we say nmap, and let's say I'm using port number uh, 80, and then I would say that packet trace, we want to trace the packet, that is packet trace option, trace packet trace, and then we want to give an the IP address of some machine, for example, which we are interested in, and maybe some other option. Here we want to say that only ping, so SN. This is better option, that it will be only showing packets for ping. So that will be for, maybe we want to say for the whole network, so 192.168.197.0/24. So if you remember, SN means disable port scan bus only ping. So this only ping request will be shown, but it will also display that how the packets are being sent from Kali Linux to different machines to see if they are active or alive. It will show the ping request for every computer on this network. So as I pressed enter, you can see it was displaying different lines here. So it actually went to every computer on my network to see if it is alive, and this was done using ping request. You can see here, if we go here, I want to show you that this is showing for every computer. So you say from localhost, first request went to this computer. First one, it checked first one, then it checked second one, checked third one. So every computer on our subnet was checked. Okay, so every computer was checked, and let's say whatever was the result, it will display us in the end that these computers responded back, and on the basis of that we can say that these computers are alive. And the result, we should have this thing somewhere, that these are the computers and which we have here. So scan report for this is alive, this is alive, and this is alive, and for the rest of them there was no response. Okay, so that is also interesting utility where we can ask Nmap to print a summary of every packet it sends and receives for scanning. And then we also have an option where we can specifically find out about the operating system running on our target machine. So for example, we have this computer running our web server, that was 192.168.197.142. So this is the computer running web services, and I want to see what operating system and its version is there. So for that we have nmap -o and the IP address of that specific machine of my target. And now if I press enter, it should display the operating system. Yeah, so it like this actually command requires administrative or sudo privileges, so I use sudo, and then I need to give password, and now it will start scanning it. And you can see, as a result of this command, we not only have port, state, and services, but here there's a line where it shows that what is the OS details, means what is the operating system details running on our target machine. So this is our target machine, which is actually a web server, which is running some flavor of Linux operating system. And this is also network distance, that's the hop count, how far away our machine is. In this case, we are on the same network, so this shows one hop. So, and this is operating system detection perform, and if there is incorrect for the line. Okay, clear. So I showed you some of the options which we can use, and one more option is that if we want, so that will be the last one. So here, for example, whatever result are displayed here, I want these results to be saved in some file. Okay, so for example, in that case, same result, for example, this is the recent result which I have, and I want to save these results in some text file. So yes, I can do these results to be saved in some text file, and for that I have the same command here. Yes, I have the same command, that is nmap -o 192.168. So it will be displaying the result for operating system, but I don't want it to display at a screen, but I want these results to be saved in some file. Maybe I say the file should be maybe newbie. Okay, so newbie maybe 123. In this text file, I want this result to be saved, and now press enter. You can see now it's scanning, but it does not display the results. The results have been saved here in newbie123.txt file. Let's see where these are results. Where are these results? So for that, I go here on home directory, click here, and you can see we have these results newbie123, and you can see on newbie123 we have the same results which we have on our screen. So operating system perform this operating system, yes. It means we can save these results in some text file so that we can maybe send to some other person or maybe to network administrator. This depends, but yes, we can save them as well. So this was the last option. And I have also collected this general, some of the most used options with the Nmap tool. So these are some of the things maybe some of you may find this useful. So thank you very much for today's video. Hope to see you in some other video, in future video. Thank you.